In today's episode, we are going to go ahead and go over what is in my bag. I use this bag when I go on my photo shoots that are outdoors, when I'm going to go ahead and maybe do a headshot session or senior portraits or either a family session or when I'm working with pet photography. If you are new to my channel, I want to say welcome to my channel, Wise Images Photography LLC. My name is KT and I have been a photographer and an educator for quite some time now. I kind of did the math the other day and I don't want to say how many years that is because it makes me feel old. But anyways, you're only as old as you think yourself to be. On this channel, we are focused on learning about nature, photography, and going on some fun-filled adventures. My studio focuses on nature photography, headshot photography, and portrait photography. So let's get going. All right, so unfortunately, I do not know what model this particular bag is. I bought this bag like literally, I want to say like 5 years ago, and it's been like my go-to bag for when I don't want to carry. I want to carry a lot, but I don't want to carry my big backpack that has wheels on it. It is a Tamrock bag. I'm not being sponsored or anything like that, but this is just my bag and what's in my bag. So basically the height of this bag is about 16 inches. And then in the back, across the back, it's about 9 inches wide. And then on the bottom, it is about 6 inches here on the bottom. So that gives you an idea of the size of the bag in case you are looking at bags and looking to purchase a bag. It does have a compartment up here in the front. It also has a lower compartment on the bottom. It also has like an area right here for a pocket and another area here for another pocket. What these two bottom pockets are, basically that gives you access to your gear from the side, which I really do like. In the back, you do have very nice supportive straps here. They kind of have like a little, I don't know, something that maybe you could clip something on both sides of these straps. You have the chest strap here that you can put together. And it also has that like lower bottom area where you can go ahead and strap it around your waist to kind of give you that extra support. This does not remove those, so it's kind of stuck there. It does have a red side and a blue side, if I'm correct. Yeah, a red side and a blue side. So, you know, if you're hiking, but of course, you know, I kind of always know which way to take my bag off so that I can get into it. But if you're wondering how to get access to your camera, you can go ahead and open up here. They do have some little pockets here so that you can maybe put in some memory cards. I don't really use these pockets, even though they have the Velcro. Just always worried that something's going to fall out and then it's going to be left on the trail or something like that. And I don't want that to happen. So for me, I know that the red side is how I access my camera. If I go to the blue side, basically you can't get to the camera, but you do have more pockets on this side. Up here we have a rain cover. So it just kind of stuffs in there. You pull it out and then you can place it over your camera. It does a relatively good job. I'm also, you know, so if I forgot to bring my trash bag, which I normally have in here, and I just noticed that I had not replaced it from last time. This does a really good job. I've never tested it to the point where it was just like excruciating rain or something like that. But for like a nice light rain, it does well. And I just put this on backwards. It actually goes where the logo actually needs to be facing up. We'll get this on here. But basically it goes over like this. So it doesn't cover anything from what's actually on your back. It just covers the back end of your bag here. And then when you're done, let it dry out. And then you just kind of shove it back in there. And then it'll be ready for next time. And I normally put a trash bag on that side too. So that way, if it is like a really, really, really bad rain, I just never wanted to really test how good the waterproof raincoat was. So when it does get like in a torrential downpour, I will put a trash bag over my entire bag and just carry it so that that way the rain runs down the bottom, and you know, because you got the hole on the one side of the bag. So that's what I do, and then I try to get out of the rain as fast as possible. There is, oh look, there's my trash bag. Apparently I put it on the other side. Ta-da! All right, so there's my trash bag. I thought I had it on the other side. Apparently not. Apparently I haven't had to use it in a while. So I put a trash bag, and then also there's where my lens cloth is. Some more features on the outside. It does have like a little slit area where you could probably put like some kind of D-ring here, clip something onto the outside of the bag. You have your strap that you would open up. You can go ahead and put the tripod, put one foot in the tripod pocket, and then it comes up, and then you wrap the, you go ahead and wrap this strap around your tripod so that it's there and it doesn't fall over the place. Sometimes I have attached my water bottle to the bag here and kind of draped it down, and then I just resized this to fit the size of my water bottle, and then I just have my water bottle on the back of my bag, and that was awesome. Something that I also bring when I go on photo shoots and I am maybe working with a dog, I actually go ahead and I bring a harness like this, depending on the size of the dog, depends on what size I bring. Basically because if you maybe have a family and you want the three of you to sit down together, like you and your other half and your pup, we can use this kind of handle, and then that way we don't have to worry about leash removal later on, and then that way you have a secure dog without having to worry about the dog running away or whatnot. So I do have different sizes depending on the size of dog, but that's something that I talk to my clients about before we go on the photo shoot, and then that way I know what size handle to bring or how many handles to bring to make sure that the dogs are safe. So that is about it. I do believe on the outside, actually there's one other thing here. They have this nice padding. You can tuck your straps in here if you want to. I don't really do that because I wear it all the time. But in the padding, this is actually where I put one of my favorite like reflectors, and it's a bendable reflector, and I just kind of bend it around and depending on what I want with my speed lights and stuff. So that's where I go ahead and I put and store my reflector. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about the top pocket here. When I open this up, I have my lens hood. Depending on how many hoods I have, I may not be able to get them in the bag. So guess what doubles up? My handles will double up as the holder for my hoods, and I just basically just kind of slide them right on. And then that gives them a nice place to be able to store them, and then they're not in the way. So there you go. So my handle does double up as something else. And then this is where I will store my batteries. I always store my batteries in a separate location from where my memory cards are, because the batteries can erase the memory cards. That's what I was always taught. So I always make sure that I try to keep the batteries as far away as possible. So in my little case, I have my backup battery to my backup camera, and then I have a backup battery to my primary camera. And then I also have extra batteries like my AA's and stuff like that in there for all of my speed lights. Then I go ahead and I have my diffusers for my speed lights. Then if you're working with a dog, always important to have a little squeaky or something to try to get the dog's attention. Then I have my D3100 Nikon. This is my DX camera, and this is my backup camera that I use if my primary camera, which is the one I'm recording with, goes down, which is my D750. So my backup camera sits nicely in that little pocket. It's nice and small and has that cropped sensor. That's why it's smaller than my full frame camera, but it's great for a backup because it's small and it fits in here. And I do believe that is it in this bag. So let's go on to the next compartment area. As I mentioned, you can access the camera and your stuff from the sides, more so your camera. It's just a nice, easy, wrap it around, throw the backpack in front of you, you pull out the camera and it's there. And then when you want to put it away, just throw it over your shoulder, put it right back into the camera, or put it right back into the bag. Whoops, let's go ahead and put this bag down. So it opens up like this. This is where I have all of my memory cards. And I actually go ahead and I do 2 different pouches. And the reason why I do 2 different pouches is because this particular pouch is for my DX camera, for my D3100, because when I format my cards, I want to make sure that the right cards are going into the right camera. And so that's why I use this one for my D3100. This particular card holder is for my D750. So like I said, I'm not mixing up my cards. I also have a cool little system. When I'm on an event, well, this was more so when I did live events because you would go through multiple cards. When I'm normally just doing a session for, a family or portrait, I really don't have to use this system. That, quite frankly, it's when you're shooting up to like 800, 900, 1,000 photos when you are, on a wedding or corporate event or something like that. But what I do is my cards, when they're not in use, I have them this way. When I have filled them up, I flip them this way and I go ahead and put them back in here. And then that way, and I also go in order with them. And then that way I can keep track of which cards I have shot on and which cards I have not shot on. And then when I get home, I make sure I back everything up. So that is my card system. I have a bracket so that way I can go ahead and attach my flash to the bracket. I have my cable for my bracket and my flash. Then I also have my speed lights here, and I can actually fit 2 speed lights. So this bag is really super tiny, but it really just packs a whole lot of stuff in it. And that's why I love this bag for when I'm doing family portraits, when I'm doing pet portraits, senior portraits, or headshots outside. If you have any questions, please make sure you drop them in the comment section. If there's something that you're interested in learning about, hey, let me know, and then I can make a video about it. If you are finding value, make sure you hit that like or subscribe button, and make sure you share this with others so that we can help other people learn about photography. And hopefully we will be going on a fun-filled adventure soon. I'm starting to get a little bit better. My breathing is getting better than what it was. So I haven't been going on as many fun-filled adventures, but soon we will be going. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. See you later, alligator.